Hi, this is Rob Polinick from C3 Method. I did a chest, tricep, and ab workout today. I thought it'd be fun to share what I did and why. I started with cable crossovers. I had the pulleys around my chest height and I was doing a sweeping motion in a little bit of an inclined angle. The purpose of doing an inclined angle is to help open up and stretch the upper portion of my chest. I've been training my chest twice a week. I'm in a calorie deficit, even though I'm eating well and I'm staying hydrated. When you're in a calorie deficit, muscles can sometimes become tight in between training sessions because you're not holding as much glycogen in the muscle. They're going to be more dehydrated. I also have an issue specific to me. I've broken my collarbone 3 times in my life and I have metal plates on the right side. So the tissues around the metal plates will sometimes get tight as well. I've been noticing that area has been harder for me to feel in my chest movements. So I wanted to spend more time today making sure I was opening up those tissues. So doing the cable crossovers at that incline angle for a few sets helped to do that. I then kept that same positioning and did working sets where I did a couple reps high, couple reps in a medium angle, and a couple reps really low. That was a good variety just to kind of mix up the stimulus. I always do some type of chest isolation before I do a press. It's a pre-exhaust method to make sure that when I go into the presses, my chest is more fatigued than my triceps. So my presses fail because my chest is failing, not because of my triceps. Especially for people with short upper arm bones like I have, they're going to be very tricep dominant in their presses. So pre-fatiguing their presses with chest isolations is a great way to ensure they get chest growth out of their presses. After those cable crossovers, I actually did some inclined angle push-ups. I had some handles in my squat rack and was doing push-ups where I was emphasizing a really good stretch into the chest. Again, I wanted to make sure I was opening up the chest tissues so that way when I moved into the presses, I could get a nice stretch in the press and make sure I felt a stretch through the chest, not through any stabilizing or secondary tissues. I wanted to make sure the chest could fully accept the stretch on its own. And that worked out really well. So for the chest presses, I just did 10% incline, just normal stuff, 10 degree, not 10%, 10 degree incline, and then just normal straight sets. I went nice and slow, focused on a good chest squeeze. So these weren't strength-based reps or like rhythm reps. I wasn't just trying to crank them out. I wanted to feel the chest in the stretch and the contraction. So I went with a nice slow tempo. Then after that, I finished off the chest with a sweeping variation, an upward sweeping variation of cable crossovers paired with bodyweight dips. I didn't get much chest out of the dips. That wasn't the target. The dips were more so meant for my triceps. So I kept my elbows pulled in more towards my body and I pushed through the pinky side of my palm. If you push through the pinky side of your palm rather than the thumb side, you're going to actually get more tricep. So I was making sure I was doing that, and sets of 10 with a nice isolative push through the pinky side of the palm and being right after the chest presses was plenty good enough for my triceps. And then I finished with tricep press downs with a back support. So it's a very strict variation of tricep press downs. After having done the presses, which would have been some triceps, and then the dips, which is a lot of triceps, I wanted to finish with something that was more isolative to make sure that I finished off anything that was left in the triceps, but nothing else could kind of mask the triceps and hide them. So I wanted to make them fully exposed and exhaust them. And then I paired that with cable crunches. I train my abs every other day, so I don't need a high volume on those. I'm just looking for good quality repetitions. When doing cable crunches, I focus on pulling my belly button inward. I'm trying to pull my belly button to my backbone and make sure I flex and squeeze the abs. And then during the extension, I want to make sure I'm extending through my abs and not just pivoting through my hips. So overall, it was a really good workout. I was very happy with it. If you want to give it a try, please do, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section below, and thank you for watching.